Hey everyone, welcome to this live. My name is Elena Motonono, and I help online language teachers work smarter and get more out of the work that they're doing. I help them work more sustainably, and this is something that I myself went through when I was teaching English online. I started actually in 2010. Hey, I started in 2010 and I was teaching one-on-one most of the time. It was very exhausting. And at the time, I didn't know how to do it differently. I just was dreaming of a day when I wouldn't be teaching one-on-one, or I could take a break and still make money. And now this day has come. And it's taken me uh, 13 years to figure that out. But now I train other online language teachers to do that in our community at the Smart Teachers Library. And this is actually one of the places that I want to invite you to join. Right now it's closed, but it's going to open in 30 days. So if you want to learn more, you can check out the description of this live. Actually, I'm going to post the link right here in one of the, well, in the comments at the top, and then you can go and sign up for the waiting list. It's going to be incredible. It opens in November. There's a supportive community. There's lots of materials. There's group coaching sessions once a month. There's sales trainings, and there is a forum where you can ask your questions. And there's creativity sessions, lessons every month where you can just sit and work on doodles, and the doodles always come with a lesson, mindset shifting lessons. And finally, and most importantly, there are a lot of tools that help you shift your mindset, because the journey that it took me from teaching one-to-one to now being able to go on vacation for the entire month and not lose my income, like, how is it possible? But it is possible. It took me 13 years to figure that out, but it does not have to take you that long. It can take you less than that. And it's incredible when you are able to do that. You feel so empowered. You feel like you can impact and you can serve people in a variety of ways, even without spending time with them in front of the screen one-on-one. And so today I'm coming on to talk about 3 tools that I have been using extensively this entire time. And this is software that I recommend online language teachers to use if they are considering starting their business as online language teachers and wanting to build a website. And I know there's a lot of talk about, oh, we need to be building our website and we need to get this website to be, to rank in Google, and we need to get this, that, and the other. And a website is, first of all, a lot of work. Secondly, it's a lot of money. And thirdly, it's a lot of maintenance. So if you're starting out, unless you actually have the experience of building websites, this is not something you want to pour all of your time into, because that's something that is not going to give you immediate, quick return. And therefore, it's not smart, right? You want to invest your time into something and improving something that actually is going to make you stand out and bring you money, which is your craft, teaching in different ways, teaching in different formats, growing your audience, selling. That's what you really want to do, because that is going to bring you a quick return. When you are setting out without money and you are wanting to put together a website, you're kind of borrowing from yourself. And that's sad. You're borrowing from yourself, and you are not able to return this investment. And then you have a lot of hope that this website somehow magically is going to bring you clients when actually you are the person that is responsible for bringing clients. So I was going to talk about 3 tools if I were to start all over again and start my own business, which is something that I wish somebody had told me years ago. But I didn't know. So if you are on this precipice of I want to start a business, I want to start doing something that is not going to benefit a big platform, but is going to benefit me. But this website thing is something that keeps me from it. I want to tell you, you do not absolutely need a website. There are teachers inside the Smart Teachers Library that were able to sell and that are consistently able to sell utilizing their community on Instagram, for example, or their mailing list or their blog. They're able to do that blog outside of their website, that is on Medium, for example. They are able to do that without having to have a website. And while having a website is great, and while if you have, like, for example, a partner or a spouse that can build your website, that's wonderful. A website comes with a lot of exhaustion and labor, like emotional labor, and then you're going to pour so much money into it. So 3 things that are important. Number 1 is you need a form. You need a form to collect people's emails addresses. Now, before you learn what email marketing is, before you figure it out, you want to be able to, when you go on social media or when you go on YouTube, wherever you go, you want to be able to offer something to people and say, hey, if you want to hear from me more often in your inbox, because let's be honest here, if we are going to go on YouTube, there will be lots of noise out there. So if you want to hear from me and hear from me more consistently, right, here is the form, and I'm going to send you a special gift for following me, and you can do that. Now, those of you who have a little bit of understanding of what email marketing is, you'll be like, oh, but I need to automate. You don't need to automate. In the beginning, you're not like going to have a bunch of people right away. So you can just bring people in. You can ask them to submit their email address using just a Google form to sign up. Now, why Google form? Because it's free, right? But if you want to invest, you can consider using Jotform, for example. Jotform is a great tool that you can, it's so versatile, you can actually charge money on it. I mean, I've used Jotform when I didn't know, like I wanted to try out a new program or a new event, and I didn't know if it was going to work. And so I set up a quick page on Jotform. It was just a forum where I explained to people what, how they can work with me, like maybe do a little weekend where I can teach them something and stuff like that, virtual retreat, if you will. And people sign up and pay money right there. And another cool thing, feature that I like in Jotform is that people can receive an automated response. That's something obviously you cannot do with Google Forms, but Google Forms are free. And if, for example, you're just starting out, and I was working over the summer with a teacher who was really focusing on building her audience and bringing people into a free event like a book club. And, she doesn't have a website. She doesn't even have her own audience, but we developed a plan where she would go and connect with other people that have audiences. And in order to give somebody a call to action, right? They are watching your video and you tell them, hey, I'm doing this amazing, speaking club. You want to join? Like, how do they join it? You do not need to build a website. You can just put together a Google form. It's super easy. It's super easy. And Google Forms are so versatile. You can use them to collect testimonials. You can use them to get people's registrations or pre-registrations for your semester. Let's say right now, you can, or starting actually November, you can send out the Google form and ask people to, let's say, sign up for January, because I'm getting ready to create a program that will be very helpful to you. So Google Form is fantastic. Now, if you have a little bit of more money, instead of pouring this incessantly into the website, I would recommend investing in JotForm. JotForm is an amazing, amazing, amazing tool. And that is my first tool. The second one that is, I don't know, it's just going to save you so much time and hassle with scheduling, and that is scheduling software. I have been using Acuity Scheduling. Acuity Scheduling is, and I'm going to put it, is this incredible tool that you can use to schedule, to get your students to schedule their sessions with you. All right. So gone are the days when somebody writes to you and says, "Hey, can I work with you one on one?" You're like, "Great. What is the time that works for you?" This time, no, this time doesn't work. And then we do the email tag, and that is so unproductive. And then eventually, maybe you finally get people on your calendar, and they maybe put you on the calendar, but maybe they don't. And then they forget they had a class, and then it's like, oops. And then I read it in Facebook groups all the time. How do I get people to show up? Some people don't show up. Well, in order for them to show up, they need to be reminded. And that's something that Acuity Scheduling will allow you to do. You can create, when you set up an Acuity Scheduling, a paid version. I recommend immediately going into paid. This money is going to come back to you in peace of mind, sanity, and all those students showing up for classes, especially if you are struggling with people showing up for classes. This might be one of the issues. Now, another issue will be pricing, which is not a topic today, but this is one of the issues, right? There's no there's no communication, no reminders. People don't get in the reminders where you usually send people the link. Here's how you get into the session with me. And if you don't have that option, people forget. We all forget. We get bombarded with emails. We get bombarded with a lot of other priorities. So they need to remember that. And Acuity allows you to do that without you actually writing emails. How amazing is that? I mean, isn't that incredible? So the first thing is you set up your calendar. You set up your hours, which I love. I love that in Acuity, I can say, okay, I don't want to work on this day, right? I don't want to work between these hours and these hours. And you can set it up. They call the work hours that you can set it up. And then people will ask you, "Hey, I want to have a lesson with you." You just send them the link, and then they get to figure out when the session is and what time. And they can add it to their calendar, which would be amazing. But if they don't, they will still have notifications and reminders before the class. Now, after the class, what you can do is do a follow-up email. And the follow-up email just says, "Hey, how was your class? Here is the link to your Google form to give me some feedback about the class." Of course, in order to collect, you always want to, before you even have a website, you need to have a feedback form. And the feedback form is way more involving. If you want your feedback and testimonials to be effective, they're way more involving that you will see in this general big platform feedback. "Hey, I love the lessons with so and so. It was amazing." Like those types of testimonials and feedback, they give you no information. If somebody wants, the purpose of feedback is for the new people who want to work with you to see, is it actually going to work? Is it going to be helpful? And when your testimonials are collected, first of all, and when they have the information that will help the people make their decision, it's amazing. It's like night and day. So you want to start doing that early. That's what you want to do early on. You don't want to be building a website, because you even if you do build a website, if you're just starting out, you don't have testimonials. Another incredible thing with Acuity is you can do group classes. You can do group classes. Let's say you want to do a workshop on something, pronunciation, or you want to tell people about, how to use a certain vocabulary, whatever. You can do that. You can create a paid class, paid group class, and people can sign up. And again, they will get notified when the event is. They will get reminders. And after the event, you can send them a follow up to ask them how it was. It's incredible. It's so, so, so helpful. And then all those names and email addresses are going to be stored inside Acuity. So if you need new clients, you can always go back and say, oh, all these people were in my group sessions. Maybe they will want one-to-one classes. And so you no longer need to put these, bleak announcements on Instagram, that on your non-existing Instagram, almost like dead Instagram. You can do that by writing specific emails and following up with the people that were in your events. And it's pretty amazing. Particularly if in your sign-up process, you tell them, I might contact you and invite you to other events. Is that okay? And people usually can say yes or no. Okay, so the next thing is Acuity allows you to set up products. How incredible is that? So somebody's signing up for your event that is like $15, $10. It's your workshop. And then as they sign up, as they are ready to check out, then the system asks them, oh, and would you like to get a workbook that is going to cost this much? And you can set it up on the back end. And some people opt into that. And other people will say, and then you can also offer a private session, right? If you teach one-on-one, it is very unlikely that you do not do one-off private sessions. But if you can create like 1 hour experience with you working on something. And so once people are signing up, they get this, they get a workbook, or they get that, or they get both if they want to. And automatically you are making more money just by using the tool. And the tool is making this money for you when you put all those steps together, and you don't even have to like regulate it and come back. And I mean, unless you sell out everything, which I think is a good problem to have. But Acuity is incredible. The $20 or $30 that you pay a month, if you put it against all the benefits that it gives you, peace of mind, it gives you opportunities to make more money, it gives you opportunities to do group sessions, really work smarter. There is no comparison. I don't even see, like, sometimes people are like, wow, but if I'm online, I don't really have the money. I just want everything for free. But nothing is for free. Even if it effectively is free, this, let's say Google Calendar is free. You end up paying. You end up paying with your sanity, your mental health. You end up paying with extra time that you will spend following up with people. You end up paying. It's just the question is like, is it worth? Is the price that you're paying right now for the free tool, is it worth it to you? Sometimes it is. But if you teach, 5 to 10 classes a day, and you have to follow up with some students, and some students forget and they don't show because they didn't get notifications, well, maybe it's something you can do about it. I know it creates a lot of like blaming, and we're like, well, but the student is supposed to. I agree, but it doesn't always happen. And if you have a tool, you don't even have to even think about it, right? If a person signs up, they're going to be notified, and they're going to be reminded, and they will most likely be there. Okay, so Acuity is incredible. You can also sell, actually, you can sell gift certificates. You can sell packages on Acuity. So not just one session, but multiple sessions. Yes, you will need to spend some time and figure it out. And no, it's not super difficult. You can do that. And the cool thing with using Acuity versus using a website is all the amount of time that you invest in, for example, learning Acuity. And if you go to the website, if you create an account with them, they actually have webinars where they teach you how it works. So it's not like you have to like sit there and learn by yourself. You can go to webinars. If you are more techie, you can learn it on your own. It's very intuitive. But I'm sure there are lots of things that even I'm not doing that I could be doing if I, went to their webinars. But for me, it's totally worth it. Whatever I pay monthly, is totally worth in the return that I get. So, so consider that. Um, and imagine that all the time that you will be spending on learning the acuity and getting it to work for you, um, will actually bring you a quicker return than all the time, many, multiplied by 10, all the time and effort and money that you will have used on the website that, right now you don't even have clients, or you don't even have the people that would go there, and you don't even know how to get testimonials and quality testimonials. The third thing, the third tool that I would recommend is called Gumroad. Gumroad is a platform for creatives that allows them to sell digital downloadable products. And the good thing about this platform is that it's free, right? It may not look as great as your typical online course platform, because it has limited capabilities in terms of design, but it is a great place nonetheless. And it also allows you to set up products, to pre-sell products, which is incredible. I mean, like, you can pre-sell a product and people can start buying, and you can work on the product until it's done, and then people will get it downloaded on their website. I mean, on their email. It's just awesome. And it's all done for you, and you don't have to think much about, like, how do I create and upload, and how do I learn this tool. It's very easy to use as well. And Gumroad also has an option of a community building, which, by the way, Acuity has the same thing. Like, you can set up book clubs on and run book clubs on Acuity, because it will do recurring payments for you. But Gumroad can do the same thing. And what I like about Gumroad is you can put up on Gumroad multiple products. You can't do that with Acuity. You can create products that will upsell. So, for example, a person signing up for your workshop, they learn about pronunciation, and then you upsell them, like, just something that you created specifically, like a workbook. Whereas when you're in Gumroad, you can keep creating, and it will just put together like a little mini shop of all of your products together. And it looks pretty neat once it's all done. And you can set it up on your social media. You can put the link, and you can set it up on your YouTube channel, if you have your YouTube channel, or podcasts, and talk about your products, and people can go and check them out. It also has an option of automated email sequences. Some of them are at a paid level, but very, very moderately paid. And really, if you start feeling like, okay, I want to connect with people more, then it's going to be great, but you really don't have to. And so there you have it. There are three tools that I would use today if I were to, like, start my online teaching business today. I would not spend any minute on a website. I would spend all of my time working with clients, looking for clients, borrowing other people's audiences to grow my audience, collaborating, bringing people into my workshops, and returning the investment and serving people, which means selling different products in different ways so that you can reach more people. So, because learning can happen not just in one-to-one classes, it happens through products, through workbooks, and in a variety of ways, also through programs. So this is something that I wanted to share with you. I would not, if I were to start something today, absolutely not spend any time or money on a website. I would instead create a form for people to sign up. I would later figure out what to do with the emails, but I want to start working on collecting those emails and connecting with people, right? Because you may not be able to do that. Like, people are watching you on YouTube. Some of you know me in the chat. Other people, I don't know if you know me. So I'm inviting you to sign up and continue working with me in a different way so that I can reach you through email. So that if I have an event, it's not like lost in the algorithm of YouTube or social media. And that's why I invite you to jump on the waiting list of the Smart Teachers Library, because when it's open, it's going to be amazing. We're going to do a virtual retreat right away. And next year, I'm doing my first in-person retreat after 7 years of this community. It's going to be amazing. All right. So the three things, like I said, the form. The second one is scheduling software. You absolutely want to have it. I remember 5 years ago when I just started using it, I thought, oh my gosh, it just freed up so much time. And I had been already quite organized, and still Acuity opened up so much time for me and gave me a lot more opportunities to serve my audience. And I remember being on Facebook groups and talking to teachers, and teachers were like, well, no, why should we do that? We can do uh, Google Calendar. And then a couple of years later, somebody finally discovered Acuity, and they tagged me into a post saying, thank you so much that you talked about this. And I am going to talk about it anyway, because I think you want to work smarter, right, with the tools that you have. And some tools will just allow you to create more time. And this is what you need to do to serve your people better. Because if you are showing up for class and you are exhausted, nobody needs a martyr as a teacher. Okay. And last one, you can use Gumroad to sell your products. You can start making products today. There is nothing difficult about making a product. You can do it. It can be digital. You can do it very simply. You do not need to use Canva, because Canva workbooks are really difficult to print out. They look very nice on the screen, but unless you have a color printer, they are going to be like a pain in the behind. So do not use Canva. You can use Google Docs for that. And once you put together a workbook, you can make it into PDF, right? And then upload it on Gumroad. And there you have it. You've got your first product. And now your goal is to learn how to sell it. And that's where you learn to communicate, to network. That's where you learn to reach out. And that's where you learn all the skills that you will need later to put together a website, write persuasively on sales pages, create copy or text that actually connects to your buyer, and it's based on the testimonials that you also will have collected using your Acuity. And so many more options. So this is all I wanted to share with you today. This was kind of like an impromptu live. I couldn't do a video because I've been sick. I'm still getting over some of the sickness and my sinuses. But you guys, if you have any questions, or if after you watch this, then you think about something, I would love to hear from you. And I would love to also continue this conversation. Some of you may want to take this work even deeper and learn more about working smarter. And we do that at the Smart Teachers Library, which is a community and will open in 30 days. And I want you to get on the waiting list right now, because there's some amazing bonuses for people that join early, and I don't want you to miss those. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your Friday, or maybe it's already Saturday for some of you, and enjoy your weekend. And I will connect with you next week. Bye, everyone.